The Legend of Sakura, Bloom of Retribution. 6 months of silence had hardened Sakura's resolve. The lunar penal colony was a place of iron and ice, but she kept her spirit sharp. In her cramped cell, she wore a simple white t-shirt and green camo pants, her long brown hair tied back with a scrap of cloth. She spent her hours in constant motion, her black boots thudding against the floor in a tireless rhythm of shadow boxing and drills. Her pink eyes remained fixed on the door, waiting for the moment the world would need her again. The heavy blast doors hissed open, but it wasn't a guard. Admiral Vane stepped into the cell, his shadow stretching long across the floor. "The situation is dire, Captain," he said, his voice devoid of its usual coldness. "A xenomorph mothership has entered Earth's orbit. Our fleets are being torn apart." He held out a digital contract. "Defeat their queen, and you receive a full pardon. More importantly, Sam will be released from his labor camp today." Sakura didn't hesitate. Minutes later, she stood in the embarkation hangar of the EDF command ship. Beside her was Jackson, a battle-scarred veteran and the leader of the elite strike team assigned to support her. "I've seen these things, Captain," Jackson grunted, checking the pulse rifle in his hands. "They aren't just animals. They're a nightmare." Sakura gripped her deactivated hilt, her gaze turning toward the massive, obsidian-black alien vessel visible through the hangar's energy shield. As the dropship latched onto the organic hull of the mothership, Sakura stepped into the airlock. She took a deep breath, her voice ringing out with a power that vibrated through the metal floor. "Cherry blossom bloom!" In a blinding flash of magenta light, her pink tech armor materialized, plating locking over her limbs and a sleek helmet encasing her head. She drew her blade, the edge humming with dormant energy. The legend of Sakura was no longer a prisoner. She was Earth's last hope. The interior of the mothership was a labyrinth of dripping resin and hissing steam. Suddenly, the shadows came alive. Scores of xenomorphs, sleek black insect-like creatures with razor-sharp tails, lunged from the ceiling. Sakura moved like a whirlwind of pink steel. Her squad fired concentrated bursts of plasma, but the sheer number of the hive was overwhelming. The air was filled with the screeching of aliens and the thunder of gunfire as they pushed deeper into the heart of the ship. They reached the central chamber, a vast cathedral of alien eggs and pulsing veins. There, the queen awaited, a multi-limbed monstrosity 3 times the size of a tank. With a deafening roar, the queen lashed out. Jackson was thrown across the room, his armor shattered as he hit the far wall. The rest of the squad was scattered, pinned down by the queen's elite guards. Sakura watched her comrades fall, leaving her standing alone against the towering shadow of the hive mother. The queen shrieked, a sound that felt like glass breaking in Sakura's mind. Sakura stood her ground, her boots clicking against the slick floor. She raised her sword high, her pink eyes narrowing behind her visor. "I'm not doing this for the medals," she whispered, her thoughts drifting to Sam's smile. "I'm doing this for him." She began to channel every ounce of her suit's power into the weapon. The cherry blossom blade began to pulse, with a light so bright it illuminated the entire dark chamber. Sakura became a blur. She executed a series of high-speed slashes, her movements so fast she appeared to be in multiple places at once. Each strike left a trail of pink energy that carved through the queen's thick carapace. The alien monarch tried to strike back, but Sakura was a ghost, dancing through the reach of the queen's deadly claws. The chamber echoed with the rhythmic zip of her blade as she dismantled the beast with surgical precision. With a final, soaring leap, Sakura drove her glowing blade deep into the queen's primary heart. The creature let out a final, gurgling cry before collapsing into a heap of black ichor. The hive went silent. Sakura landed softly, her armor hissing as it vented steam. She was covered in alien blood and exhausted to her core. She tapped the beacon on her wrist, her vision blurring as the teleportation beam began to envelop her. The mission was over. Sakura opened her eyes to the soft, white glow of the Earth Defense Force medical bay. The sterile scent of antiseptic replaced the rot of the hive. As her vision cleared, she saw a crowd of doctors, soldiers, and officials gathered around her bed. Amara, the head medic, leaned over with a warm smile. "Welcome back, Legend," she whispered. Beyond the glass, the sounds of cheers erupted. Earth was safe, and as the doors opened, Sakura saw a familiar blonde soldier rushing toward her.